I was Jarl once, but I was encouraged to step down when I took sides with the Stormcloaks. It was an Imperial plot, I tell you.
Hang on, let me sit down on this side.
Say? The Empire has ears all over this town.
Oh. Eh.
Be
You say there's a plot against you?
My maid Tikla has been known to pass information to that pompous nephew of mine, Sidgeir.
There's a plot against you?
Well, not against me, against all of Falkreath. Those Imperial bastards are spying on every one of us. Last night I saw Laud the blacksmith writing a letter. Probably sending word to Solitude and General Tullius. Are you loyal to Skyrim? Break into Laud's house and get that letter.
Ha! No thanks.
Milk drinker.
Just not interested in doing your dirty work for you.
I'll be Jarl again someday.
Good for you.
Down with Ulfric.
Alright. Oh, auto-saving. Okay, not quite sure why I'm auto-saving. I'm gonna take off my pack and my arrows.
The killer of kings.
And let's wait an hour for what's her face to come.
Day of your death we will drink and we'll sing.
There you are.
Children of Skyrim, and we fight all our lives. When
Right?
Sovngarde beckons, every one of us dies.
Is that you?
But this land
No,
is
don't get up.
ours, and we'll see it wiped clean.
Don't get up.
Of the scourge that has
Hey.
sullied
Hey.
our hopes and our
Come back.
dreams.
Oh, you okay?
That's a question I've asked myself for weeks now. Am I all right? Will she be all right? Was it wrong to come here?
Why? What's wrong?
I'm sick. I feel a tightness in my chest, and my stomach roils with pain. Those are the good days.
Oh. The priestess in white one could take care of you. I can vouch for her skill.
If only it were so. I'd heard that Danica Purespring is the most powerful healer in all of Skyrim. So I traveled there with my young daughter from Bruma, braving the trek across the mountains that fringe the border. When that failed, I considered taking her to the orphanage in Riften, but their cemetery is full, and Arcape blessed us by guiding us here.
Mountains to the south of Field of Ogres, no small place for a child. Yeah, that one.
I know, it was stupid, but I couldn't bear the thought of being apart. She's the reason I managed to stay alive this long.
Put a lot of... Squeeper likes Mara, but... I don't know. I think I would go with this one.
The Divines blessed us by bringing us here. In Bruma, my daughter would have grown up without a father. In Riften, she would have grown up in an orphanage. Here, she will have two parents, an imperial mother and the support of the village.
Is she being adopted?
I believe she will. I have yet to broach the subject with them because their loss is so fresh. Or maybe a part of me is just unwilling to let her go. But I've told Renil of my intentions.
I take it the young girl is always with you as your daughter?
Henrietta, my baby girl, bright, talented, and with just enough of her father's courage to be brave without being fearless. She complains a lot too, but I forgive her.
What happened to her father?
My husband passed away not too long ago. She reminds me so much of him. If she ever asks me what he was like, I'll just tell her to look in the mirror.
Oh, there once was a hero named Ragnar.
Are you staying in Falkreath?
Yes, I plan to stay here with my daughter until Arcade bids me leave. I've already arranged for a plot of land away from the trees, where the stone is warmed by the dawn light coming from the east. It's funny. When they told me about the Grand Cemetery at Falkreath, I was so worried it might be too large. I feared Henrietta wouldn't be able to find my headstone. But when we got here, I was relieved. The graveyard is so cozy, and the priest is a kind man.
God, this is such a morbid conversation. You sound ready.
I am. I was afraid to die before, not knowing what would become of my daughter. I thought she would end up lost and alone, a child few people noticed and nobody wanted. Now my heart is filled with more trivial concerns, and I often forget how lucky I am to have them.
Like what?
I'm worried she will forget me. She's just a child, and the memories she has now will soon be replaced. I know when she's older she'll remember Indara as her real mother. It's wrong to feel so, but it makes me a little jealous. I just want to be a part of her life, even when I'm gone.
Is there anything you can do to help her remember?
These last few days, I've tried to tell her all the little things, the stuff she won't understand until she's older. How to brush her hair, how to tell when a man lies, the perfect recipe for apple cabbage soup. I thought if I showed her all the little things and she carried them with her as she grew, the big things would speak for themselves. She wouldn't have to wonder how much I loved her. Yet, when I talk to her now, all my words float by her like dandelion clocks in the wind.
You could write her a letter to her future self.
By the divines, why didn't I think of that? That's a wonderful idea.
Glad to help.
I think Brunil has a quill and paper he keeps for his journal. I'm going to get started right away. If you don't mind, I'd like to ask you a small favor.
Of course.
I know she'll be in good hands with Indira and Matthias. But if you could look in on her from time to time, make sure everything's all right, I'd appreciate it.
Not a problem.
Truly, the divines must have sent you here to answer my prayers. Thank you again so much.
Aww.
Oh,
It's
there
so
once was a
sad.
hero named Ragnar, the red who came riding to
Hey,
White
there
Run
you
from
are.
Ulric's stead.
Greetings.
Isabel.
Ragnar did
Isobel.
Skyrim and
I'm glad you came.
he told of
Why,
old
were you
battles
worried
in
I'd stand you
Gold
up?
he had made.
Not likely. The locals call me the town greeter.
But then he went
I never
quiet
pass on a
and
chance to talk to a
red
fresh
when he
face.
met the shield maiden
So I'm here.
Matilda,
We
who
can get to know
said,
each other first and our drinks second. But the other way is
"Oh,
fine
you
too.
talk and you lie and you drink all of me. It's high time that you lie down and bleed." And so then came
You mentioned you were from
clashing and
Kvatch.
slashing steel as the brave
That's
lass
right.
Matilda
I
charged
was
in
born there
through
after the Great
sea.
War. A lot of children were,
And the
once
braggart
everyone knew
named
we'd
Ragnar
have
was
peace.
boastful no more.
As you can imagine, it's a city
When
that
his ugly
reveres
red
its
head
heroes.
rolled around on the
None more
floor.
so than the hero of Kvatch, whose statue stands in the castle courtyard. I remember when the other kids played hide and seek. We used it as a starting point. But I just stayed there the whole time, marveling at it. The hero of Kvatch was my idol, but my mother was always quick to remind me that no hero does it alone. That's how I was hooked into the blacksmith trade. I wanted to be the next hero's shield. I wanted to be their armor and their sword.
What guys, half a hero I am. Sound pretty horrible, hide and seek. You're right. No hero goes it alone. What you do is admirable.
I know, But I don't want to be some footnote in the hero's tale. I want the things I forge to be personal. Someday, I want to forge something that represents more than honor, something that speaks to my inner devotion and a true love. So when they say, no hero goes it alone, it won't be some empty phrase. But I'm getting ahead of myself. First, I need to meet that person, and second, I need to improve as a blacksmith.
Very true. I want to hear about your travels across Skyrim.
Well, I got my start in Solitude. I wanted to forge arms for all the brave legionnaires fighting in Skyrim. I got off the docks with nothing but a sack over my shoulder. I never told Baron who my family was. I didn't want to colour his perception of me, so I said I was a traveller and asked if he needed an apprentice. He said he already had one. Still, he let me work the forge when it was free. At first he never said a word, but pretty soon he couldn't help but dole out advice. He'd say something like, "Those dart wings you call arms can't shape steel. Put your hips into it." I forget how hot the forge is back home. The metal there's a lot easier to shape. But with Baron's help, I learned to smith the Nord way. Eventually, he thought enough of me that I should get a proper master. He sent a letter to Whiterun, and I couldn't contain my excitement. Then I met Adrienne. I recall looking at her modest setup, and with a straight face telling her how impressive the Skyforge was.
Ooh. Yes, it's not like the actual Skyforge would stand out or anything. Yeah.
Aye, Adrienne said as much. She pointed up to that great eagle and said, "Child, if this is the Skyforge, what in oblivion is that thing?" I think that's when the ale spit out of Ulberth's nose.
So you stay at Laud's house? Are the two of you together?
Me and Laud? By the 8, no. He's old enough to be my grandfather, I think, and slow enough to be my anvil. That, and he's not my type. I prefer strong leaders, brave warriors, and a sense of humour wouldn't hurt. But Laud's a good man, loyal and kind.
Once was a hero named Ragnar the Red, came riding to Whiterun from old Rorikstead. And the braggart did swagger and brandish his blade as he told of bold battles and gold he had made. But then he went quiet, did Ragnar the Red, when he met the shield maiden Matilda, who said,
No.
"Oh, you cock and lie in your
I don't want to say any of those.
Now I think it's high time that you lie down and bleed." And so then came clashing and slashing of steel as the brave lass Matilda charged in full of zeal.
Ugh.
And the braggart named
Alright, let's try this one, just because I have nothing else to say.
Oh, I've heard about you. I know I'd say being the Dragonborn qualifies as being both strong and brave. But the humility doesn't hurt either.
That's all the questions I have then.
Alright, now it's my turn.
Okay.
So what's it like being an adventurer? It must be exciting to wander Skyrim, never knowing what tomorrow will bring.
I like this one. Actually, I prefer the quiet times, coming to new towns, meeting new people.
Really? That's not what I expected. But it must get rather lonely out there on the road. When I forge, I think of all the spear maidens and shield brothers, braving the snowstorms with nothing but their armor to keep them company.
Actually, I travel with companions, so I don't get lonely.
With our blood and our steel, we will take back our home. Down with Ulfric, the killer of kings.
I actually travel with companions, so I don't get too lonely.
Of course. I suppose I sometimes forget how many of you like to work in groups. That's what happens when you grow up with stories about the hero of Kvatch, closing Oblivion gates and saving the world without a single companion. Which is probably untrue. I'm sure the hero travelled with many a friend and relied on many more. That's all part of the adventurer's journey. But I don't think my version of history is going to hurt anyone. In any event, it's been fun, but it's getting late. I'm going to get some sleep. Come by the shop in the morning if you need anything.
Take care.
I can't believe we let provincials like you wander Skyrim.
You again.
I can't believe that Valga Venetia is a gossip and a troublemaker.
What time is it? It is 10. Oh, hey there.
Mom says I'm getting a new mommy and daddy. so I'll have 2 of each now.
Hey there, little one.
Mom says I'm getting a new mommy and daddy, so I'll have 2 of each now.
Oh, that's so sad. I hope you guys don't mind me talking in all these conversations. They're so fascinating.
She tells everyone how handsome and pretty they are. Mom says she does it for tips.
I think it's time to go to sleep. And then tomorrow morning we'll talk to the Jarl. However, I'm starting to get bad feelings about where this Jarl's going. Hey, you go ahead and relax for a while.
This is a local favorite and one of the first songs I ever learned. Ragnar the Red.
All right.
There once was a hero named Ragnar the Red who came quiet.
Okay, I slept, and apparently he's been singing all night. Freya,
Oh, you talk and you lie.
where you at?
All our mead. Now I think it's high time that you lie down and leave.
Freya,
So then
come on, let's go.
clashing and slashing of steel as the brave lass Matilda charged in full of zeal.
Dun, 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 dun. All right. I wonder if given the ashes, that guy that I need to give the ashes to is close. If he's in the town, we'll do that first, and then we'll go see the Jarl. And if the Jarl is one of those like, hey, you got to choose Skyrim or Empire, rawr, I don't know what I'm going to do because I don't know what side I would choose. Alright, what am I doing? Oh, okay, he's real close. Okay, good. We'll just go deliver those then.
Falkreath was once full of wanderers and warriors like yourself. Those were better days.
The god Arche was once like us, bound to winding mortality. But he willingly gave up this existence, that we might better understand the vagaries of life and death.
Gust is responsible for the cemetery here in Falkreath. I take care of the shrine.
I have a delivery from Thadgear.
Ah, Barrett's ashes. He was a good man. Not many warriors grow to a fine old age. Thank you for bringing this to me. I'll make sure he gets his rights. Here, for your trouble.
Thank you.
May the
Wow,
spirit of
that was
Lavinia
actually quite a bit of
and
gold
all
right there.
those who have left this world and its suffering
Freya,
know the beloved
where are you?
serenity.
There you are. Let's go to the Jarl. Hello, look at you with your fancy cloak. So yeah, if I have tons of conversations like this in the towns, unless you guys vehemently rail against it, you should probably expect me to talk to a lot of these NPCs, especially if they're all as interesting as this one. And I feel so bad for that little girl now. And that other girl, the blacksmith, it'd be rather interesting to see all of the dialogue trees for that conversation. Not with Squeeper, though. Squeeper's not really looking for that kind of thing. He just thought she was a very interesting person.
Yes? What is it that you want?
Wow, you sound very... Ugh.
Good to see you. Finally, someone useful is around.
Wow. I got your letter. I'm Squeeper.
Ah, it's you. Yes, well, now we'll see if the stories about you are true. There's a group of bandits in my hold that I may have had a few discreet dealings with. The cut they were giving me was good at first, but now it's time to clean things up. Go and take care of it.
What? No.
Good.
I said no. I said, oh, you game. No, no, no. Yes, I know. That patcher thing. Ah.
Good to see you. Ah, it's you. There's a group of band. The cut they were giving me was good at first, but now disappointing.
Does your inexperience make your job difficult?
Difficult? I'm a Jarl. I eat the most succulent meat, drink the finest ale, and hunt with the best hounds in the hold. Meanwhile, my very capable steward sees to the needs of the small folk and ensures that my hold runs smoothly. Being a Jarl could hardly be simpler. You should try it sometime.
You are everything I hate in nobles. That's what he's saying inside. How'd you become a Jarl so young?
My uncle Dengir was Jarl until a short time ago. His old age and failing health caught up with him, and he stepped down. He now serves us honorably as Thane, and to the great benefit of the hold, I now serve as Jarl.
Okay.
Come and see me again sometime. I might use for you.
Damn Stormcloak rebels.
Alright. Nothing more to say to you. Alright, Freya. We gotta talk. Hi.
I'm the steward here. I serve under Jarl Sidgir and Jarl Dengir before him.
How long have you been the steward?
It was Dengir who made me a steward, long ago when he was young. When Dengir's health began to fail, young Sidgir was appointed Jarl in his stead. It was simpler just to keep me as steward. Sidgir has no interest in running his hold, and so leaves such matters to me. As for my part, I do my best to see that folk are treated fairly.
Why is the cemetery so large?
Many battles have been fought here over the centuries. Graves were dug and monuments built, and the town grew around these. In time, Falkreath came to be known as the Heroes' Graveyard. Many noble jarls and renowned warriors asked to be buried here. Falkreath's reputation has faded somewhat, but the graves remain, reminding us of the one inevitable truth of life.
Okay.
May wisdom forever light your path.
We gotta talk, Freya. Come on. Hang on, who's this?
I protect Falkreath Cemetery, just that war is not new.
Let's go back to the tavern, shall we? Oh man, this guy is an a-hole. I don't want him on the throne, and I'm certainly not doing any favors for him. Might go wipe out that bandit caravan just to wipe out a bandit group, but...
Need something?
No.
Keep a song in your heart to ward off the gloom.
Greetings.
Alright, Freya. Let's have ourselves a conversation, shall we? Actually, I'll tell you to relax a little bit. We're staying here for a while. So you can just stay here. Just go have a seat somewhere. Is it possible to sit next to you? No, apparently not. That stinks. Two people can sit next to each other unless you're the PC, apparently. That's not cool. Anyway.
This is an ode to Skyrim's staunch protectors.
Freya, I know you wanted to be a Thane, but that man is scum.
I admit he was not what I expected from a Jarl.
I intend to do everything I can to replace him.
I thought you had no love for politics.
It's nothing to do with politics. These people deserve a leader. A real leader.
You speak true, but to defy a Jarl?
As an Anthrop, we have sworn an oath to better the lives of those around us. Tell me, Freya, what would an Anthrop do?
She would help these people. So you plan to kill him?
What? No! What? Why is everything always violence with you? There are other ways. Just let me handle this. Okay, now, let's see if we can talk to that one guy. Let's wait here until nighttime, I guess. Let's try now. See if he comes in, and I probably will go try and steal that thing now. Anything that I can use to prove to dethrone him. He's not here yet, it would seem. Oh, there he is.
I was Jarl once, but I was encouraged to step down when I took sides with the Stormcloaks. It was an Imperial plot, I tell you.
Here we are.
Aye, not so long ago. Some will tell you I stepped down on account of my old age. Truth is, I found out about all the Imperial spies crawling around Falkreath. A few well-placed bribes, and they bought themselves some friends. Suddenly, the nobles are calling for a new Jarl. And all the while, their pockets are jingling with the sound of Imperial satins. They named me Thane. They got my nephew Sitgeir in my place. A real friend to Cyrodiil, that one.
The plot against
not
you?
Against me, against all of Falkreath. Those Imperial bastards are spying on every one of us. Last night, I saw Laud the blacksmith writing a letter. Probably sending word to Solitude and General Tullius. Are you loyal to Skyrim? Break into Laud's house and get that letter.
It will be done.
Good.
This is a local favorite and one of the first songs I...
Mind what you say.
Ragnar
The Empire has ears all over this town.
Once was a hero named Ragnar the Red.
Oh man, I don't like this. Especially hope I don't run afoul of
Gust is responsible for the cemetery here in Falkreath. I take care of the shrine.
Good. Freya, stay here. Let's see if I can sneak in and get that letter while he's working the forge. Really don't want to run afoul of them, but on the other hand, I can't afford to leave that man in power. Okay, so they're both there. Hello? There we go. There we go. Oh, I don't have my black mask either. Oh no. Dangerous. Hello? What have we here? Old friend, need all the iron you can dig up. Double my usual order. I know the mine isn't as rich as it used to be, but I'll pay extra. Well, that's not really a plot. Let's see what he has to say about that. It's not a plot at all. It's just him wanting some iron from a mine. Although, what does he intend to do with it, though? That's
Let me know if you want
more worrying.
Be mindful. My maid Tikla has been known to pass information to that pompous nephew of mine. What's this, some kind of code? Need as much iron ore as you can dig up? Well, he's not spying, but it's clear the Empire's making Lords smith up more swords and armor for them. Good work. Take this.
Take this? What the? What? What do you need from me?
You may have seen the open grave in our graveyard. Most of the townsfolk think it's the work of a corpse thief. The truth is less pleasant. It was the grave of Vigar, my own ancestor, dead for centuries now. He is also a vampire. My family is entrusted with keeping him buried. But recently, someone stole the Ward Stone, and Vigar escaped.
And you want me to find the Ward Stone?
No, it's too late for the Ward Stone. Vigar must be destroyed. If this gets out, my family will suffer great shame.
Fine.
Good. He will have fled to gather others of his kind.
Is there any way to get him?
Mark my words, I'll be Jarl again someday.
I hope. Freya. Hey. Hey, Freya. Wow. Let's go. It's raining outside actually, and it is 6:17 p.m. Let us pay for another room for the night.
Fighting in Cyrodiil. Are you joking? You just rented a room from me.
Did I? Did I? Oh.
Hear any juicy gossip in town?
Well, then I'm gonna
Sure to
sleep
share
till
with
tomorrow
me.
morning. Sleep away.